Senate urges President Buhari to rescind decision on Peace Corps bill. Nigeria Air Force commissions residential quarters for its personnel. Niger State Command of the Nigeria Customs Service generates 146 million internally generated revenue. Oshiomhole asks federal government to review Nigeria's tax laws. Welcome to the AM News on the Hour on Television Nigerian. I am Cynthia Agbo. The Nigerian Senate has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to review his decision of withholding assent on the bill to establish Peace Corps of Nigeria. This followed the adoption of a point of order raised by Senator Dino Melaye during plenary. Senator Dino Melaye had urged the Senate to revisit the bill with a view to veto the president if he failed to rescind his rejection of the bill. Dino Melaye had argued that if the Peace Corps is given an opportunity to exist, thousands will be employed, which will help to fight unemployment in the country. President Buhari had cited duplication of duty and funding challenges while declining assent to the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill 2017 recently passed by the National Assembly. In an effort to ensure adequate welfare of Air Force personnel involved in internal security operations across the country, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has commissioned additional senior non-commissioned officers' residential quarters at the 351 NAV base in Minna, Niger State. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, the representative of the Chief of Air Staff, the Chief of Administration, Air Vice Marshal Ibrahim Yahaya, stated that the provision of good quality living accommodation for both married and single personnel of the Nigeria Air Force will continue to be one of the top priorities of the current NAF leadership. The commissioning, according to the Air Chief's representative, is in consonance with global best practices in more advanced armed forces, adding that the provision of suitable accommodation is essential to ensuring the welfare of its personnel. The Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force Air Vice Marshal Olatokunbo Adesanya, added that the Air Force has also commenced the process of setting up quick response wings in Benue, Nasarawa and Taraba states, while a forward operating base was recently operationalized in Mungono in line with its commitment to fulfill a statutory responsibility of providing security for the citizens. The Niger State Command of the Nigeria Customs Service collected the sum of 146 million internally generated revenue for the month ended February. The controller of the command, Mr. Benjamin Binga, made the disclosure in a recent interview in Minna, the Niger State capital. He further revealed that the command, comprising Niger, Kwara and Kogi, was given a revenue target of 3.4 billion naira for the year by the customs authorities, and that the command had taken measure to ensure that revenue target would be met. He further stated that security measures have been put in place by the command to block smuggling of goods into the country through the area, while soliciting for the support of traditional rulers, especially those at border communities, to assist officers manning the areas with relevant information. He also appealed for support from stakeholders, including members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, in sharing information on smugglers' activities. After the break, Oshiomhole asks federal government to review Nigeria's tax laws. Former Edo Governor Mr. Adams Oshiomhole has called for a review of the Nigeria's tax laws for an effective tax administration. Oshiomhole, also a former president, Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), made the call at the 26th convocation lecture of the Lagos State Polytechnic, Ikorodu, Lagos State. He said the federal government must put necessary machinery in place to ensure that those who are expected to pay tax do so, as and when due, for improved infrastructural development of the country. Oshiomhole regretted that the ugly group of people who pay tax regularly are salary earners whose taxes were deducted as such. The former governor expressed disappointment that millions of taxable adults had devised means of evading tax. Meanwhile, the federal government will, from the 1st of April, start the prosecution of tax defaulters who failed to take advantage of the 9-month amnesty window provided by the Voluntary Assets and Income Declaration Scheme. Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun stated in Abuja that the government was aware of the slow nature of the judicial system and will be setting up special courts to fast-track the adjudication of tax-related offences under the VA Ideas initiative. VA Ideas offers a grace period from July 1, 2017 to March 31, 2018 for tax defaulters to voluntarily pay back to government what they owe. The finance minister further revealed that through the data mining program being implemented under the Project Lighthouse initiative, over 130,000 high-profile individuals had been identified for scrutiny, stating that upon the expiry of March 31st deadline, the federal government will go after those high-profile individuals. There has been pressure on the presidency in the last few days by some former governors, top politicians, high-profile individuals, business owners and professional bodies, amongst others, to extend the scheme. But the minister stated that the government would not extend the tax amnesty program. And in sports, Serena Williams has confirmed she will make her highly anticipated return to professional tennis on Thursday after taking a break from the sport following the birth of her daughter. The 36-year-old revealed that she will compete in the opening round at the Indian Wells this week and will also return to Miami in the near future. The 23-time Grand Slam singles winner gave birth to daughter Olympia on September 1 and has been working her way back to fitness. She was back in action alongside her sister Venus Williams in a doubles match at the Fed Cup on February 11. On the foreign scene, India's national carrier Air India will operate a number of all-women crew flights to mark the International Women's Day, which falls on March 8. The airline, in a statement, said Air India will operate a range of wide and narrow-body aircraft in domestic and international sectors with female pilots to salute woman power. The all-women crew flights will shuttle to several international destinations across the globe. Voters in Sierra Leone turned out in their numbers on Wednesday to elect a new president as incumbent Ernest Koroma bows out. The country has an estimated 7 million population and about 3.17 million registered voters are expected to have cast their ballots in 11,122 polling stations nationwide. 2 women candidates and 14 male contenders vied for the presidency, while more than 700 contenders contested for the 144-seat unicameral parliament. 132 of the lawmakers will be elected directly, complemented by 12 slots for paramount chief members of parliament. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Senate urges President Buhari to rescind decision on Peace Corps bill. Nigeria Airforce commissions presidential quarters for its personnel. Niger State Command of the Nigeria Customs Service generates 146 million naira internally generated revenue. Oshiomhole asks federal government to review Nigeria's tax laws. That's the news at this hour, but before I go, I'll leave you with these thoughts. In the end, it is not the years in your life that count. It is the life in your year. Thanks for staying tuned. I am Cynthia Agbo. Do have yourself a wonderful day.